Let me ask you something. What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, something absolutely miraculous is on its way to you? Not someday, not when you lose the weight, get the promotion, fix the relationship, or finally clean out that drawer in the kitchen that hasn't been opened since 2019. Right now, today, as you are, with a coffee stain on your shirt and the to-do list you haven't touched, and the 17 browser tabs you have open. Yes, you. A miracle is heading straight toward you like a heat-seeking missile of pure divine goodness, and the only question is, are you going to be ready to receive it? Or are you going to slam the door in its face like you do with the delivery guy when you're still in your pajamas at 3 p.m? Because here's the thing, my darling. Most of us have been doing exactly that, slamming the door on our miracles. Not on purpose, not because we're bad people, but because nobody ever taught us how to open the door. Nobody sat us down and said, "Hey, sweetheart, you are literally magnetic. You are a walking, breathing miracle magnet, and the universe has been trying to send you gifts for years, but you keep leaving the wrong address. I know where you are right now. I know because I have been there. I have sat in the dark with a heart full of worry and a mind full of noise and a stomach full of dread, wondering why my life looked nothing like what I had hoped it would look like. Wondering why other people seemed to get the good stuff, the love, the abundance, the ease, the joy, while I was over here just trying to make it through Tuesday. And if that sounds familiar to you, I want you to take a breath right now and hear me say this clearly. You are not broken. You are not cursed. You are not being punished. You are simply someone who hasn't yet learned the rules of the game. And today, that changes. So let's talk about what's really going on. Let's talk about the core challenge that is standing between you and the miraculous life that is already being prepared for you. And I'm going to be honest with you, because I think you deserve honesty more than you deserve comfort. The challenge is not your circumstances. It is not your bank account, your past, your family, your health, or your zip code. The challenge, my love, is the conversation happening inside your own head. Because your mind is powerful beyond what you can currently imagine. And if it's running old, outdated programming, if it's still playing the same fear-based, lack-based, I'm not worthy, greatest hits album on repeat, then no miracle can break through that static. Think of it this way. Imagine you have a radio, a beautiful, powerful radio, and you desperately want to hear a specific song. Your song, the one that was written just for you, the melody of your best life. But your dial is stuck on a frequency called I'm not enough, or nothing good ever happens to me, or who do I think I am to want more? You're going to sit there for a very long time wondering why you can't hear your song. The miracle is broadcasting. The universe is absolutely, relentlessly, enthusiastically broadcasting your song. But you cannot receive what your frequency isn't tuned to. Now, here is where it gets really interesting, and I say this with deep affection and a little bit of humor, because the truth is always more entertaining than we expect. Science, actual neuroscience, backs this up completely. There is a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. It sounds very fancy and intimidating, but all it really does is this. It filters reality based on what you believe is important and possible. It's like a bouncer at the door of your consciousness. And if that bouncer has been told, only let in evidence that confirms this person is unlucky, unlovable, and destined for mediocrity, then that is exactly what will be let in. Everything else, every opportunity, every synchronicity, every open door will get turned away at the velvet rope. You won't even see it, not because it isn't there, but because your bouncer hasn't gotten the memo that you've changed the policy. The good news? You can change the memo. You can absolutely, completely, and sometimes hilariously change the memo, and that is what we are going to do together right now. Here is my simple framework for getting yourself ready to receive the miracles that are already on their way to you. I call it the 3-step shift, and it doesn't require a retreat in Bali or a vision board the size of your living room wall, though if you want those things, I fully support you. All it requires is your willingness, and about 5 minutes a day. That's it. 5 minutes. Step 1 is what I call the compassionate audit. This is where you get really honest and really kind those two things together about what what you've been thinking. Not to judge yourself, not to spiral into shame, but to see clearly, the way a loving doctor looks at an X-ray, just noticing. Take out a piece of paper, or open your phone notes if paper feels too old-fashioned for you, and write down the thoughts that come up most frequently when you think about the areas of your life where you feel stuck. Maybe it's money, maybe it's love, maybe it's your health or your creativity or your sense of purpose. What do you actually think and feel when you focus there? Be honest. Because the thoughts living in that space are the current programming running the show. Write them down without judgment. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness noticing your thoughts. That is an enormous distinction, and once you really feel that distinction, everything begins to change. Step 2 is what I call the gentle replacement, not the aggressive replacement, not the toxic positivity approach where you slap a smiley face over genuine pain and pretend everything is sunshine and rainbows. That doesn't work. Your soul is too smart for that. What works is gentle, believable, incremental upgrading of the story you're telling yourself. If your current thought is, "I never have enough money," you don't leap straight to, "I am a millionaire," because your brain, bless its heart, will call you a liar immediately and shut the whole operation down. Instead, you step up slightly. You go to something that feels a tiny bit more open. Something like, "I am open to new sources of abundance coming to me," or "Money is beginning to flow more freely in my life," or even just, "I am willing to believe that things can improve." Do you feel the difference? Those feel reachable. Those feel true enough that your nervous system can actually relax into them. And once your nervous system relaxes, your reticular activating system updates its guest list, and suddenly you start noticing opportunities you would have walked right past before. Step 3 is what I call the daily declaration of receiving. And I know some of you just made a face. Some of you are thinking, "Is she about to tell me to stand in front of the mirror and talk to myself?" And the answer is yes, I absolutely am. Because this is one of the most powerful practices I have ever encountered, and the fact that it feels silly is actually part of why it works. When you do something that feels vulnerable and a little bit ridiculous in the service of your own growth, you are sending a very powerful signal to yourself that you are serious. You are telling your subconscious mind, "We are updating the software. We are done playing small." So here is what you do. Every morning, before the noise of the day begins, you look yourself in the eye genuinely, the way you would look at someone you love, and you say something simple and true and open, like, "I am ready to receive. Good things are coming to me now. I am worthy of miracles. Life loves me." Say it like you mean it. Say it even when you don't quite mean it yet, because the meaning comes through the doing, not before it. Say it until it starts to feel less like a script and more like a memory of who you've always been. Now let's talk about the miracle readiness mindset, because there's one more piece to this that I think is so important and so often missed. Receiving is an active practice, not a passive one. A lot of people think receiving means sitting on the couch waiting for the universe to FedEx them a better life. And while I deeply respect the couch, that is not quite how it works. Receiving means staying awake. It means cultivating what I like to call expectant openness, a state where you genuinely believe something wonderful is coming, so you keep your eyes and your heart open. You say yes to the unexpected phone call. You take the walk that wasn't on your schedule. You start the conversation with the stranger who feels oddly familiar. You follow the nudge that doesn't make logical sense but feels warm and right in your body. Miracles often arrive in disguise. They arrive as coincidences and small moments and ordinary-looking doors. The person who is ready to receive knows that. And here is a little piece of truth wrapped in humor. The universe has a sense of humor. It genuinely does. The miracle you've been asking for does not always arrive in the package you imagined. Sometimes you ask for patience and you get a traffic jam, not because the universe is cruel, but because it's efficient. It gives you exactly the situation in which you can practice what you said you wanted to embody. So when things feel like they're going sideways, try asking, what is this teaching me? What is this preparing me for? What door is this pushing me toward? That reframe alone can turn what feels like an obstacle into the very beginning of your miracle story. I want you to do something right now. Not tomorrow, not after this video, right now. I want you to close your eyes, or keep them open if you're driving. Please keep them open. And I want you to take one slow, full breath. And as you exhale, I want you to say internally or out loud, I am open, I am ready. Something beautiful is on its way to me. Say it, feel it, even just a little bit. Because that tiny shift in your energy is not nothing. That is the door cracking open. That is the signal going out. That is you, for perhaps the first time in a long time, choosing to believe that life is on your side. You have been through hard things, real hard things. I am not dismissing any of that. Your struggles are valid. Your wounds are real. Your exhaustion is understandable. And none of that means you are not also exactly where you need to be at this moment, with everything you need to begin again. Because beginning again is not failure. It is the most courageous thing a human being can do. And you are doing it right now, simply by being here, simply by being willing to hear a different story about your life. The miracles are real. The love is real. The abundance is real. The healing is real. And every single one of those things has your name on it. The universe does not make mistakes about who deserves to be loved, who deserves to thrive, who deserves to live a life that feels like coming home. You are not an exception to the rule of goodness. You are a full, beautiful, necessary expression of life, and life wants you to flourish. So, here is your call to action, my darling. Here is your one small step. Today, just today, I want you to try the daily declaration I shared with you. Stand in front of a mirror this morning or this evening or right now if you're at home. Look at yourself with genuine kindness and say those words. I am ready to receive. Good things are coming to me now. I am worthy of miracles. Life loves me. And then come back here and tell me in the comments what shifted for you. Tell me what came up. Tell me if you cried, if you laughed, if you felt silly, if you felt something crack open in your chest that you forgot was there. Because your story matters, your experience matters, and this community is a place where we celebrate every single step forward together. If this landed for you, share it with someone who needs to hear it, because there is someone in your life right now who is waiting for permission to believe in themselves again, and maybe you are the universe's miracle for them today. Think about that. Maybe you are someone else's answered prayer just by passing this along. Subscribe, stay close, because there is so much more where this came from. Every single week we go deeper into this work of loving ourselves, into the life we were born to live. This is not self-help fluff. This is the real work, the inner work, the work that changes everything. And remember, always, in every moment, no matter what it looks like right now, the best is not behind you. The best is not only for other people. The best is coming. It is already in motion. It has your address. The door is open. And you, my extraordinary, resilient, ready for miracles friend, are absolutely worth receiving it. I love you. I believe in you. Now go let the miracles in.